Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to another technical analysis video. Today we're going to be covering Algorand on the weekly time frame. I'm debating to do regular weekly updates for these projects, so I may select a certain amount of projects that I like to focus on in regards to TA, a certain 5 to 10, maybe try cover those once a week and then put the option out. If anybody is interested in me covering other altcoins, you know, feel free to comment on my channel, let me know. Also, I'd love to hear your guys' feedback at the end of these videos. So if you do sit here and take the time to watch my content, which I highly appreciate, please don't feel afraid to drop a comment of your opinion or what you may want me to cover next. You know, dive in and give me some advice, guys. You know, I'm here to help. But anyways, let's dive into this for Algo today. So we're looking on the weekly time frame. What I wanted to point out first is I've got these two EMAs on. So we've got the weekly 20 EMA and the weekly 55 EMA. The weekly 20 is this yellow EMA here, this yellow line, and the weekly 5 is this red line coming down on our heads here. Now, what I wanted to point out, I've mentioned in many videos for Algo before, in regards to these EMAs, when you start to see, when you're in an uptrend or a downtrend and you start to see massive gaps between these EMAs, we had one here, we had a big gap, quite a big range gap here, again, and the price was really overextended above these EMAs. Each time it came back to them for support. You can see here it came back to them for support. Whether you held it or not, there was a different story. But you eventually got rammed back down to these EMAs. Both the 20 and the 55 was retested at some point once you got overextended to the upside. Now, what I wanted to show you is to the downside, we've got this massive gap here that we've had for a very, very long time. And Algo has been forced down into a corner. And at this point, I think what's happening is you're being forced back up to these EMAs. And potentially at some point, I do think Algo will come up and retest this weekly 55. But we do have a lot in front of us to get back above in order for that to happen. But my main point, what I wanted to show you there, is once you start to get distance and gaps between these EMAs, either to the upside or downside, when you're extended to the upside, you pull back to them. When you're extended to the downside, you pull back up to them. Okay, and that's just how they work when you get these massive gaps. Now, this is Algo's first bear market. It's been quite brutal for it, but you can see that its upside in 2020 to 2021 was absolutely insane. Okay, so you're going to expect this on the way down. and at these key areas of support down here, you know, we was looking at this range back in 2019 and 2020. These were the areas you got involved before this massive impulse. So buying down here evidently was a very fruitful shout. But I do think if you did miss the opportunity to get involved in Algo on this pump, I do think within the near short term, within the next couple of months, I think 2023 might be quite a rocky year for crypto. I think there'll be ups and downs and ranges for projects, as Bitcoin likes to do after a bear market. It has an accumulative year, which is a range for some while. And I think this could be the same here for alts. So potentially, if we do start getting back above this resistance, okay, we've got this key level of resistance above us, which I think Algo is trying to push towards right now. Many projects have ran up to their weekly 20 EMA. Algo is a little bit lackluster and hasn't actually pushed up to that yet, but you can see that that is where it's trying to get to here in regards to its price. I do think it's trying to push up and run into this weekly 20, and equally this previous support that we keep talking about on our videos that we lost and are now looking to turn into resistance. So potentially we still could be in some sort of long here. I would still be long on Algo up until that point, up until this mark here. So I'd say around 8 to 10% up to that 27 cent range, which was our previous support since June. Okay, so that 27 cents is a key area that Algorand needs to break through. If you do see Algo come up and cleanly break that 20 and come back and hold it as support, you're then holding support back on these June lows, June to November lows. And at this point, this is where you could actually see the retest of this 55 as it starts to creep down on your heads. And Algo could be in a large wave 1, a wave 2, and then start a wave 3. And impulsively going into 2023, it could look really good here for Algo, because these last few weeks, okay, or the past couple of months from November to December, early January, you got really forced down here, and you can see that the price was very, very overextended from both the 20 and the 55 EMA here, and this is why you are getting this repel back into those EMAs. But it's all about what happens at this point here for Algo. We need to get back above that 27 cent range. If we do see a clean breakthrough, a lovely pullback to support would be great to get the continuation back up to this sort of resistance line of this broadening wedge, right angle broadening wedge we had, and equally this 55 EMA as it's creeping down on our heads. If we are to rally up into that, bear in mind the EMA will continue to come down on us. Potentially you could see Algo look to run back up to that 43 cent mark, which is a 72% long up from current price. which I do think major resistance will be met at once again, because you've got this high here, this sort of pocket. I think that Algo has had as resistance since May. You can see at this point here, Algo was sort of ranging, okay, came up to the resistance, came back for support, resistance, back into this 43 to 45 cent range, and this is where you lost it. So right now, if you do see us get back above 27 cents, hold that as support. I think you're looking for a rally back into this level of resistance. But they're all big ifs, guys. They're all big ifs. We have to see the follow through first. And we do have the weekly 20 above our heads that is equally going to be resistance, along with this 27 cent range that we keep looking at here. So for that to happen and for the 55 to be met as continuation, we do have to see the clean breakthrough, a pullback, hold support on the 27 cents. Once we break through it, hold back as support, and then look for the continuation moving forward. So that's what I'm looking for here potentially for Algo. But for that, as I said, you have to see the clean break. We have to see the closes above the 20, holding the 20 as support to get continuation back up to this 55 area for Algorand. So that's basically my quick update for you guys today. I'm going to get a fib on and see potentially where we could be running into resistance right now, or where we're looking to run into resistance. So you can see that ironically, again, the 27 cent area, the 050, from this level of support, from this low, retracing back to this 45 cent high, Algorand could potentially be running into 27 cents. At that point, then come back for a pullback before looking to break out and holding support to get the continuation. So in the near short term, we could still pull back, guys. Okay, so don't think I'm saying we have to 100% break through this 27 cent mark, hold it as support, and that's the confirmation. That is a confirmation signal, but we could also run into this area as resistance, come back for support first, hold support, and as long as you start coiling up, ascending on support here, putting in higher lows, and you take out this high at the 20 EMA, at this point, this is where you could get the confirmation signal again for Algo, and you are in some sort of 1, corrective 2, maybe a wave 3 to break the 27 cents, hold the 27 cents as support, and then get your push up, retesting this area of 43 to 45 cents in the near future for Algorand. And again, this would just be confirming you're flipping the switch. If you did run back into that 45 cent, I would expect another larger pullback. And again, as I said, I think the year will be quite choppy. I think there'll be quite a range for Algo here for a lot of projects, and potentially it'll be quite a big range, to be fair, because again, you've got this 45 cent high, and right now you've got this low down here at 15 cents. So I think we could be stuck in some chock-a-block range throughout 2023, and unless either one of these areas of support is lost or this resistance is broken, this is where you could even get a longer confirmation signal. Okay, if you start to come out here and tackle through 45 cents, you're confirming your uptrend in my eyes, okay? But if you do start to, say, for example, meet resistance at this point, come back and lose this low that you put in back here in January, December, then this confirms that you are looking at more downside if you lose this support. So it's literally, it's ways to work, okay? You've got EMA, support, resistance. Right now, we lost this support. Okay, we lost it. Right now, we're looking to turn it to resistance. Equally, the 20 EMA. Come back for a high level of support, then look to break out. Is a large potential here for Algorand, because we have had a good few weeks of impulsive upside. And then once you do start to tackle above that 27 cents, that's the key resistance area in the near short term. Break above that, I think you're looking for a long up to 45 cents. So that's my overall outlook for you guys on today for Algorand. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, please do like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that thumbs up button. From Chart Nerd TA. Take care, guys. Have a great day. Peace out.